Hey everyone, well, hey, guess what? We are definitely back again. Okay. If um if my energy in these last couple of videos seems a little different, is because I've had a hallelujah. What? Oh, you don't know what a hallelujah is? I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay. This one is again not a request, but it's kind of a request, a suggestion from some person, and they wanted to have me do a video on, well, this is kind of like a realization thing. Well, not necessarily like a realization thing, more like a self-awareness. Well, not really like self-aware. Kind of like, let's get your shit together. All right. Okay. And the title of this is going to be Your Concept of Relationships Dictates Your Twin Flame Experience. Whoa. Got to get the swimsuit on for this one again. All right. I've been rolling this puppy around in my head for a couple of days. And one thing I do have is a lot of experience with twin flames. Quite a few Twinkies too, but a lot of experience with twin flames. And one of the things that I've been very much aware of in the last little while, and I don't think a lot of people are seeing this, all right? But as I've said, the most important thing that is taking place amongst one or two others on the planet is the concept of relationships, love, and sexuality change. You've all heard me say this oodles of time. Now I actually see people are actually copycatting me, and that's really kind of nice. So you'll also notice that I'm really resonating from the throat center chakra with a combination of heart center energy here today. So some of you may perceive me as a little bit different, all right? Different is good because I don't want any of you getting bored, all right? I want you to be excited and titillated. Titillated, that's what I said, titillated. Uh, no, that doesn't mean you go around and twack your nipple, all right? Titillated means, you know, sometimes I gotta wonder where my sense of humor comes from. I really does, because I know it works, but what the hell, eh? Twack your nipple. Oh boy, that one just came right out of the green room somewhere. Ooh, I love it. Okay, well, settle down now. We'll get serious here for a minute. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, is one of the things that I've noticed as of late is people when they have relationships in their life, and relationships are important, and let's be honest, okay? And let's also be honest that relationships on our planet are in trouble. Yes, there's many good relationships, all right? But there's not enough of them. And the ones that are coming together, I think the latest statistics are that more than 55 to 60% of them don't even last 2 years or, shortly after that. So we got a problem. And what I found taking place is with the twin flame consciousness, the twin flame energy, twin flames as a whole. All right, let's lump it all together for the moment, just for the sake of this video. And what I've been finding out as a pattern is with every time that somebody has a relationship, and I know everybody does this and they'll relate to it right away. Every time somebody has a relationship with somebody and it breaks up or falls apart or whatever, the very first thing that the person does, males and females do this, but I think more females are more prone to it. They are going to create a new agenda or a new line of expectations that they want with the next relationship that's going to come into their perspective, okay? And they'll sit down and they'll actually think this through. They'll spend time taking away. They'll actually, not date for a while or whatever and just kind of reflect and ponder and they'll come up with a whole pile of new things that they're looking for in a new partner. All right. And some of them can actually have sat down and actually wrote it out so they could see it. And that's cool. All right. So you've set an agenda. One thing that I've noticed, and I've asked a few people this, I said, well, okay, you're looking for this new relationship, this new partner, and you have all of these things that you're looking for, and they usually can name them off. Okay. What they don't want, they know from the previous one. So this is something that they expect to find in the next one, more or less, as they're perusing or scouting around for a new relationship. What they don't usually do, which I find is a habit that people should get into, because if you're expecting that much from a relationship coming down the road, what the hell have you got to offer to someone else in a relationship? Did the relationship that you just came out of, all right, fell apart for a reason, and you can't blame it all on the other partner. The two of you came together, you must have had something going. So in reality, as the party is sitting there doing the expectations of an agenda of what they want to have in their other person, have they actually done anything to correct their own shit that they did in the relationship prior? And in most cases, I find, no, they didn't. They may have learned some stuff of what they don't want, but they may be in avoidance, or they may be pretendism, and they may have avoided the total issues that they have to deal with. So they didn't look at the issues that perhaps they may have had. But they went ahead and they made this new agenda and expectation based on the previous experience. And this can be done by people who have several relationships or marriages or whatever. And each time the agenda gets longer. And each time they probably bypass the whole thing of, what do I have to offer in a new relationship with somebody else? What have I done to grow? What have I done to change? What positive changes have happened with me personally? Nobody does that. All right? Because we always expect, and here's where it comes into play, okay? This is rather interesting. I see this all the time in the twin flame community. You know why that happens like that? Because the other person has within themselves that desire that the other person is going to fulfill all of their needs. It never occurs to them that they need to put something into it also. Okay? Even though they could have been in an abusive relationship, or where the other partner and the dysfunctional patterns with the other partner were so obvious it was blatant, okay, clear. That doesn't mean that you were without your own little sticky points that needed to be addressed, all right? But because his or hers were so blatantly obvious, you can avoid. You can cop out, and you can avoid yours, all right? Because I'll tell you something I learned about relationship. There's no such thing as a perfect situation. And there's nobody who is totally the asshole in a relationship. It takes two people to be an asshole. And it takes two people to create a bigger asshole. All right? So the situation here is nobody is without responsibility, and nobody is without making changes. But I find in a lot of people, they just want to move on to the next relationship with this whole pile of agendas that are coming along. And they didn't take the time to see, well, what do I have to offer? All right? And I see this pattern all of the time. So this carries on. It's perpetuated like a nightmare through relationship after relationship. And here's the other issue that comes into play. A lot of these relationships have children. Now we get double the problem. Because now we got children that are going to be templated with the idiosyncrasies of the father, the idiosyncrasies of the mother, lesser or greater than. The kids are going to get to both of them. In the meantime, neither one of them have done anything to correct any of the issues that they have to deal with. They simply move on to another partner, repeat the same pattern all over again. How many times have you seen somebody who's in an abusive relationship and they just go right out and do the same thing all over again and get into another abusive relationship? Why? Because it's karma? Oh, bullshit. Again, don't give me that crap anymore about karma. All right? It's all about studying and understanding the laws and mechanics of consciousness and the law of attraction together. And it's all very simple. This is not rocket science, folks. Well, it's not for me anyway. I can put it into very simple terms because I understand it very well. So they repeat the same pattern. It goes on and on and on. So what's happened, all right, we had the event. And the event came, and the event said, let there be light. What? Let there be light. What? Where? There, in the middle of your chest. Light up. And they did. Oh my God. What am I going to do now? I got all this energy coming out of my center of my chest. My life is going to shit. I can't do nothing right. Everything's falling apart. All my stuff, my issues, all coming up. Well, I'm just a heartbroken individual. Damn. I don't think I ever going to get it right. Hot diggity dog. So, this magnificent gift is opened up, and everything's in turmoil. Everything's in chaos and crisis. Feelings, emotions, old issues, buttons start coming up. Oh, depression, sadness, melancholy, crying, wailing, gnashing. Oh, it's awful. My name is Awful Knawful. I feel like Shitty the Pity. Oh, gee whiz. What I really need right now, is my goddamn twin flame to come in and fix my bippy. Fix my bippy. Because my bippy is all screwed up. Oh boy. Here we go. So what happens is, because you haven't, him or you, resolved the issues that need to be corrected, you get the twin flame. And the twin flame is the opposite of your issues and patterns, all right? And because you've been gifted with the light shines forth and draws to you exactly an equal component in level of development and consciousness, functional, dysfunctional pattern that is going to hit your bippy buttons, blow your cookies, drive you sexually nuts, hopefully, and offer you every opportunity in the world for explosive, continuous, everlasting growth. In other words, shitstorm in Africa, a native killed by flying cork. Can you tell I'm having fun? And I hope you're having a good chuckle. All right? Because that's what this is all about. One of the things that I have learned over the last few years is don't take myself too seriously too long. And while I'm doing videos, I'm not going to let you take yourself seriously too long. All right? So, as everything hits the fan and you meet your beloved twin flame, all right, what happens is all of these cataclysmic immersions of buttons express, and it hurts. It's painful. It's disturbing. And nothing that you built into your expectation and new agenda is working. So you reach back into the file of memory and you pull out all the little trickies that you've learned on both sides of the fence. And you come together. Oh, it's not working. He's not listening. She's not doing. God, whatever happened to the great section of romance? There's no place for it right now because you're cleaning the toilet. What do you mean cleaning the toilet? Well, each of you have a toilet and it's full of stuff. You got to get rid of it. So, oh, where is he? Where is she? Oh, crap. He's gone. He's a runner. Oh, poor me. And all I wanted is my twin flame. Well, now, this is interesting. We have this whole scenario unfolding on YouTube. We have it unfolding in Facebook by the thousands. All right? And they still don't get it. All right? They don't understand that this doesn't answer to them. And as long as they have that need, which they perpetuated themselves by creating that agenda, expectations of what they want, they need another person to come in. And to really get their attention, the superior state of consciousness, that nebulous something, source, creator, whatever, whomever, whatever, and wherever Kim Shim is, said, now we're going to have some fun. We're going to create this twin flame energy, okay? And it's going to be really dynamic, okay? And we're going to juice them, all right? We're going to juice them. And we're going to create such an erotic, sensual attraction that they're going to come together like two flies on a pile of poop. They just can't stay away. And then while they're sitting on the poop, they're going to smell all of the shit they haven't dealt with. Ew. No liking that. Ew. No liking that. And then they're going to part company. And they're going to sit there and they're going to wallow. What do I need to do to get my twin flame back? Still don't get it. Let's try option B. What can I do to help heal my twin flame? Still don't get it. And then one day, what am I doing wrong? Still don't get it. I think I'll go and see a teapot and card lady and get my cards read. Still don't get it. So, what do I do now? Hello? Hello? I'm here. What do I do now? I'm still here. Call me. I wonder if he knows what to do. Ooh. I'm having a ball. So anyways, the agenda goes on, and what happens is the person finally realizes that it doesn't depend on the other person, all right? It depends upon doing what they need to do. Look, The big picture here is very simple to explain, all right? Everything on this planet, and I've said this many times before, functions around one basic premise, all right? Our society, our infrastructure, our towns, our cities, everything exists on one basic premise, relationship. Relationships are the substance of the family unit, all right? The family unit is the substance of the next generation. Take a look around you, folks. Take a real good look around you. Turn on the goddamn television for a change, even though you've been avoiding the news, all right? You need to do that. And take a look at what's going around and what's going down on this planet. Stop copping out by avoiding what's going on and pretending it doesn't exist or it's not happening. That's a cop-out. I don't care how spiritual you say you are or how evolved you think you are. That's a cop-out. If you're going to be here in the human race, participate in it. Or get the hell off. Especially if you know things that can be used and to assist people. If it's the right time and you're in the right frame of mind. So what this energy is doing, the twin flame energy, all right? I could call it pink and blue footballs energy. I could call it holy moly energy. I could call it divine spirit. I could call it Holy Spirit. Oh, I don't want to do that. Leave the holy, call it spirit. Okay? And I'm sitting here and saying, I don't care what you call it. Just don't call me late for lunch. I hate being late for lunch. It's a very big part of my day. So anyways, what happens is finally the person gets to the point where as these dynamics unfold and all of the ridiculous avoidance, cop-out, and some people have become very good at maneuvering because they now become spiritually evolved and they've become well indoctrinated and they can really chat up a storm, have become experts at what I call duck shuffling. Okay, you ever seen duck shuffling? That's when you take a whole herd of ducks, okay, something along this herd of turtles, it's a herd of ducks, and you put them all in a line in different colors. And then you stand there all day doing nothing else but moving each duck around, trying to find a color pattern that makes sense. And if anybody thinks that we on this planet don't have monopoly on stupidity, okay, take a look at the armament of some countries. Take a look at the warships, the guided missiles, the nuclear warheads, the guns, the AR rifles, all right? I saw a guy the other day standing on the street corner somewhere in the US of A, and he was a proud American with his AR-15, whatever that stupid thing is, strapped on his chest and standing on the street. I said to myself, that's got to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. But then again, there are people in states of consciousness who think that's perfectly acceptable. That's why I'm glad I don't live there. You know? So when you compare a picture like that to the picture of relationships, and you wonder why we've been gifted with the light, and you wonder why we've been gifted with a competitive, combative connection between two people that starts out in the bliss and all of the goodies that go along with it. And really, that's what the people want. They want that continuous state of bliss perpetually. But they can't get it because they got all of the issues and stuff they never dealt with and the agendas and the expectations and the creations of relationship. And the bottom line is whomever, whatever that nebulous something or other has said, we cannot let this species continue and continually birth children who are going to be blessed and templated with this. I said blessed, okay, and I meant blessed. Blessed and templated with the same old indoctrination and belief systems from the governments, the political structure, from religious indoctrination, and continue to produce relationships that can keep producing children, that keep producing the end result of what our planet is going through. All right? And I will tell you something else. Believe it or not, all right, we're at the point now where there's almost too many people on this planet. But everybody keeps saying, well, we've got to keep expanding, we've got to keep growing, we've got to keep evolving, we've got to keep allowing, because we're going to have 7 or 8 more billion people on this planet. Of course, by then all of the animals will be gone. The ocean will probably be relatively polluted. All right, and by that time, probably enough submarines and boats will have sunk with all of the nuclear engines and motors and everything else they got on them, or nuclear power. So the ocean will be screwed up like a sewer pipe. So where are we going to make the changes? You can't make the changes within religion because they're not going to change. You can't make the changes within the government because they're not going to change. And you sure as hell can't make the Pope change because he ain't going to change with their belief system. So where's the change going to take place? The change is going to take place in relationship templates. That's where it's going to change because it's already been dictated. That's going to happen. And this is what's going on. So when finally, when men and women get this out of their consciousness, out of their template, out of their belief system, that they need another to fulfill them, be that twin flame, soulmate, Twinkie, soul to soul, divine partner, whatever, until you get that need out, a new template can't be created. I am not saying that relationships are coming to an end. I'm saying that the relationships that have manifested to this time, that have produced society as it is now, is coming to an end. That's stopping now. And if you don't change and evolve and grow, you're not going to be here. And you're simply not going to get the chance to repeat if you, screw it up. Almost, okay? Not quite, but almost. So anyways, this is what's going on. So once you get to that point where you no longer have that need because you've dealt with the issues, you're totally free. You now have the freedom of choice and expression. You actually now have free will. Up to that point, you haven't had it. And I'm going to get into the free will in another video here. But now, once you no longer need, you now can begin to express free will. And what do I mean by free will? Free will is not to live your life with the limited state of consciousness you have in three-dimensional reality, which is contained, restricted, and controlled by all of the linear belief systems. But now you have free will and choice of expression because you have attained a higher state of consciousness that's not dependent on a limited masculine and feminine expression in a relationship concept. So now you can proceed in developing your consciousness to live free will and free choice in the expression thereof in the vehicle of your choice in the timeline of your saying. And I'm done, folks. Love you all.